Every year, thousands of children are either born with heart disease or acquire it. The figures are staggering. And this is happening in Ethiopia, one of the world's most ancient civilizations. Home to our ancestors from millions of years ago, the most iconic on record being the 3.4 million years old Lucy skeleton, and the water tower of Africa with abundant wildlife. But the drive to cater for pediatric heart disease, which is alarmingly high, leaves much to be desired. The intervention is phenomenally expensive, the infrastructure unavailable, and the expertise pretty much missing. The need, however, keeps on soaring.
38 years ago, 4 things: building a hospital, equipping a hospital, manning a hospital, and sustaining it.
From its modest facility in downtown Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia, the Children's Heart Fund of Ethiopia set out to address this chronic problem.
We had no hospital, we had no office, nothing. We managed to get a small plot of land where we placed 3 shipping containers and converted it into an office. It became a cardiac center for the Children's Heart Fund of Ethiopia. That's what we started with, some 28 years ago.
It all started with a small cadre of people, and all they had was boundless commitment.
We had clearly defined missions and objectives. This was sending children abroad during the immediate period and get them treated. In the intermediate phase was bringing missions from outside Ethiopia into country to provide the services in the presence of the parents.
The closed and open heart surgery interventions began to take shape, healing an average of 70 children a year. This was undertaken in hospitals that allowed their premises for use by the medical team, and that had to change. The fund then quickly moved into another phase of owning one of these.
The long term, the third one being either building or establishing or being instrumental for the establishment of a sustainable cardiac surgical hospital.
A cardiac hospital demanded sufficient resources that were not readily available. The task was quite daunting, as it started various fundraising activities, one of them being the One Birr for One Heart movement.
We thought we could reach the grassroots of the population in Ethiopia. All that we need to do was convince them that we mean business, we are serious, we are working for the country, not for ourselves. And we came up with a cliche, one birr for one heart, one Ethiopian birr, which is 6 US cents. Beggars, crippled beggars, who crawled on Sunday morning to church, begged in the name of the Holy Server. And they have donated that. They have given me in coins, the equivalent of one birr.
Many wrote checks, some channeled their wedding expenses to the cause, and many more got to the streets to keep the movement alive and well. But that wasn't enough.
Some 23, 24 years ago, on a certain function, I was introduced to Sheik Mohammed, and he said, "Are you Dr. Balai, the heart Balai?" I said, "Yes." And he said, "I've heard a lot about you. I don't know when, but I will help you. And when I do, I'll help you big time." At a later stage, the next time I met him, I said, Can I, help me organize? I would like to take a music band, take it to the United States and generate money. He said, what for? To build the hospital? No, doctor. You can go out to the United States or Europe and beg. You can do that. But if you do it for equipping the hospital and manpower development. Building the hospital, he said, we Ethiopians should build it and we Ethiopians should sustain it. Those were his words some 23 years ago. He kept his words and he helped us.
Having forged an affiliation agreement with Addis Ababa University's School of Medicine, the Cardiac Center of Ethiopia went operational in 2009. A home base was born. This state-of-the-art facility, equipped with 2 cath labs, a 10-bedded ICU, 2 operating rooms, an outpatient department and ward, all marked a clear departure with the past. The center now has more than 45 nurses who undergo periodic training. But a major breakthrough could only come with the training of a core team of specialists.
If we're going to sustain it, we need to stand on our own 2 legs. We would like to demonstrate to the rest of the world that we mean business, we are serious. So we have to identify doctors who will be given trainings in the different disciplines of cardiology, identifying young specialist physicians who could train and come back. It wasn't an easy task. And the Ministry of Health here has come in big time, has helped us identify these young doctors. We have about 5 of them training in Bangalore right now. Actually, 4 of them should be coming back early in 2014. And we have another 5 physicians working with us with the missions that are coming, and we should send them pretty soon for the training that they need. But that's not it. All that we need to do is have the core physicians, core professionals in the hospital. The rest, the additional manpower that we need could come from the university. That's why we built the hospital within the university compound, so that this hospital, our hospital, could render itself to the teaching learning process that the university should conduct. We are there, we are getting there. And when a child is born and learns how to walk at the age of 12 months or so, you give him a finger, he holds to your finger, and he will learn how to walk, he will learn how to do it.
The Children's Heart Fund of Ethiopia is about to enter another critical phase as it learns to walk. A parallel ambitious program is underway, and a cornerstone is laid for the establishment of a molecular and cellular level heart research institute. A very ambitious project recommended by Sir Professor Magdi Yaqub. The institute will focus on rheumatic heart disease, a major killer in Ethiopia, and pulmonary hypertension.
Missions come. Missions, what they do is treat patients for us, thus giving us fish. What I'm asking them is, don't give us the fish. Teach us how to fish. Help us train our people. And then not only would we be standing and self-supporting, I think we can in turn give to others who are less fortunate than we are. And would be surprised at this very infancy, or I wouldn't even call it infancy, I would call it at this embryonic stage of our development. We've taken children from outside the country's borders. We've brought children from several African countries. And we have donated our services free of charge. By the way, we do not charge anybody.
And this institute will definitely be of use, not only in Ethiopia, but in the entire African continent.
From the very inception, in coining the name of our fund, we call it the Children's Heart Fund of Ethiopia, clearly indicating, pointing to the fact that it is a children's heart fund located in Ethiopia. And if we make it big time tomorrow, not only will cater for children in Ethiopia, but we would go beyond the boundaries of Ethiopia.
The Children's Heart Fund of Ethiopia has come a very long way. With the support from friends from across the globe, over 2,200 children have been treated in Ethiopia and abroad. But it's not over yet.
I became a partner of Healing the Children, another NGO within the United States. I started sending patients to the United States. I became a partner to Terrorism Lausanne and Terrorism in the Netherlands, in Switzerland and the Netherlands. They were taking my patient there. I then came in contact with Emi Cohon, a cardiac, he's a good soul. He died some time ago in Israel. He established a sisterly organization called Save a Child's Heart Israel. And so, later on, I also came across, actually, it's funny, Professor Sir Magdi Yaqub contacted me. I did not contact him. I've known of him. I've seen him in many international conferences. He's such a big shot that I wasn't even talking to him. He calls me and he says, Balai, I hear what you're doing there. I want to help you. I want to be a partner with your project. By then, he had established what he called the chain of UK. And we became partners. Devi Shetty in Bangalore, I contacted this guy through Dr. Kishetri, an acclaimed cardiac transplant surgeon at the University of Minnesota in Minneapolis. He introduced me to Devi Shetty. Devi Shetty is in his Narayana Hospital in Bangalore is the one who is providing this training. And the credit should go to Dr. Kishetri from Minneapolis, who helped me contact you. These are some of the people that helped. I could go on enumerating people like Stephen Tata in Montana, Michael Theodore in Tucson, Arizona, Richard D'Agostino at the Lehigh Clinic in Boston. And the list is enormous, really.